All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post. She says, "Help, how to become more independent. I have this bad habit in relying on my partner to make me happy when I'm sad. I really want to change that, but I don't know what to do. When I get sad at night, I'm not able to sleep and I end up waking him up. I want to be more independent when it comes to my emotions. What do I do?" Yeah. So independent for more your emotions, being able to control your emotions and deal with sadness in this case. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, one of our greatest gifts is we have the choice to decide what to focus on. And so it's like we can choose whether we want to focus on, reliving things that make us sad, and just keep going into those places, like rewatching like a bad movie over and over again. We get caught up in this cycle of doing that as people. It's a natural thing we do, and it's a habit and a pattern that we can get caught in. And so, what we have the choice to do is we can't be grateful. Gratitude, you'll hear it all the time. It's everywhere. Um, as far as personal develop things, but that's because it works. Um, and so focus on gratitude. And what also you can do, something I've done for probably 4 or 5 years now, is journal in the evenings. And journal, so I write down everything, 3 things that I'm grateful for every single night, 3 of my successes, my focus. I have 13 different things that I write down. um, and so I write that down every single night, and it just gets me into like a positive state in the evenings, like what you're experiencing here. And so when you do that, and then it's also like if you kind of direct your mind at the end of the day, it's almost like you sleep on it. It's like you ever like ask yourself a question, or were wondering about something, or forgot about something at right before you got to bed. You fall asleep, and all of a sudden you remember it right when you wake up. It's like our brains still work at night, and it's kind of like they stir the questions at the end of the day. And so I would do that, and I would focus on when you, especially when you're like sad, focus on things that are great and going well in your life. It's not to say like you will avoid, the bad feelings or bad situations. Like you can recognize that those are there, but you can also, you know, handle them much more intelligently if you're in a better state. And that state comes from, a few things, but focus is a big one. And so put yourself in moments where you were happy, or where you were grateful, or something great that happened today, and relive that experience. Like replay that experience in your mind and go to those places. And when you can go to those places, it's like you feel those feelings. And so we can direct our our emotions in that way, even though sometimes we don't want to. Sometimes it's like we want to feel those negative feelings. It's like, oh, I don't want to be happy yet right now. But it's like that becomes a strength, a muscle that you can build up over time. It's not going to come just instantly, although just switching your focus will have a huge effect. But maintaining that and basically saying no to the negativity out there, as far as indulging in that negativity, um, that is a muscle that you can train. And so work on that and try to do some kind of like journaling, in the evenings, and even if you want to do in the mornings as well. But I did the mornings for a while, mainly just do the evenings. Or I've done that for, yeah, again, like 4 years, every night except for about 5 days. But it is just some habit you can have that works tremendously for you in improving your state, especially at night.